Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the latest Las Vegas casino podcast. By the way, I'm going to finish the other urban legends here later on this week. I'm waiting for my microphone, my new one, to come in from Amazon. It should be here by tomorrow, so I'll be able to get that started. I'm going to use the microphone on those new urban legend videos, so that way I'll be able to do very lengthy videos and make sure that it's crystal clear. So be on the lookout for that. This one right here, I actually thought about, I still have a couple more shows to review with regards to my recent Vegas trips, but this one I wanted to talk about actually the casinos themselves, and give my own reviews as far as the locations that I've been to, that I've stayed at, that I've visited with, and that way I'll give you a perspective on that end. And with this one, I'll go ahead and I'll start with the casino/hotel that I've stayed at the most frequent whenever I'm in Vegas, and that is the Excalibur. And the reason for it is because the Excalibur, no other reason really other than budget. Anything involving a stay in Las Vegas, it remains one of the best prices when it comes to hotels, and one of the easiest ones to start earning what are called comps. And those are those items where you can get free hotel stays, free play when it comes to using them on slot machines, discounts on certain shows, stuff like ordering food, discounts on those as well. And it's the only one that I know of, besides the Luxor, that offers a generous amount of discounts and free stuff. So that's why I've stayed there most frequently, also because of the location. This particular hotel casino is located right there on the Strip on the south side, but it's probably the most convenient out of all the locations there on the south side because it's right on the corner. And like if you could imagine a T, it's right on the corner closest to the T. So you are within a walk's length to everything. I mean, you can go to New York. There's a bridge directly to it. You can go to Tropicana. There's also a bridge directly to it. Or if you wanted to visit the sister casinos like the Luxor and the Mandalay Bay, there are railways that go, like a monorail of sorts, that goes directly to them. Or if you wanted to take the more scenic route, everything is interconnected with one hallway. Think of it like one gigantic long hallway that connects the Excalibur to the Luxor, and then the Luxor to the Mandalay Bay. That's why I love that location, because it is so central. Everything is close to it as opposed to the other way around, and that's why I frequent it most often. Now, when you get there to Vegas, and you go into the Excalibur, the first thing you'll notice is, of course, the medieval theme. And this actually has to go with, there was a period, I think it was in the 80s, late 80s, maybe the early 90s, where the casinos that were being built at that time were strongly focused on themes. That's why you see, like in the case of the Excalibur, something tied to medieval times, and then that's why you see, like the Luxor, something tied to Egyptian times, and that's why you see like there's a pirate casino that's somewhere there in Vegas that tied to that one, because they're all trying to make sure that families, as strange as it sounds, families could come to Las Vegas for their annual vacation. Nowadays, it's not too really focused, obviously, on families. It seems to be more focused on trying to make sure that young people come out, older people come out, couples come out, not necessarily families though, but back then that was the main focus, and that's why when it comes to Excalibur, the whole theme is medieval. It's really nice when you go in the very first time, because they went all out with that medieval theme, from the hallways to the photos to the wallpaper to the design as far as the archways holding up the walls, to the ceilings themselves. Everything is completely medieval. Even when you go inside the actual hotel rooms themselves, and you go to the, let's say you walk inside the bathroom, you'll see paintings dedicated to the medieval era. And the hallways themselves, the really, really long hallways inside Tower 1 and Tower 2, again, the rugs, again, are oriented to medieval times. So, again, they went to everything every single option when it comes to dedicated to the medieval themes. They went all out. The casino itself is huge. It is probably not quite the largest one. I believe that one there is the MGM Grand, but it's pretty close. They have slot machines for every single kind of favoritism that you have. If you want the newer slot machines, the ones that are 100% video dedicated with all the amazing graphics and sound, they're there. And they have a continuing rotating basis of slot machines. That's what I found was the difference between here and other places like Planet Hollywood. If you go to Planet Hollywood one year and then you come back another year, you'll pretty much see the same casinos, the slot machines there. But with Excalibur, they rotate them heavily. And the reasons the casinos do this is because, much like anything involving grocery stores, it involves you having to find what you were originally looking for. And when that happens, there you are wandering the place and you start seeing things that interest you. And guess what? You're going to sit down and start playing a game that normally you wouldn't have played. And they got you. That's the whole thing. That's the whole basis of rotating and bringing in new machines, moving machines to other places, that kind of stuff. They also have, right in the middle of the casino, there's a big area there for those of you that are poker fans and roulette fans. I'm not really too much a fan of that kind of stuff, only because I think there's too many sharks that are out there that love to prey on newbies such as me when it comes to not giving any opportunity to learn the game. So I don't really go into that area. But when it comes to yourselves being fans of that, by all means, there's plenty of them. They even have the option where I saw signs, even as of this last visit, where you could learn the stuff for free. They have dedicated time periods to it. I believe one of them was like at 7 p.m., but unfortunately I was at a show, so I wasn't able to see it. But I think they do it like maybe once a week or so. So if you're there in the Excalibur and you want to learn this kind of stuff for free, they have a table dedicated to that once a week or so. Also, when you go into the Excalibur, on the first floor, they have plenty of locations for the ATMs, the ones that you could dispense cash from when it comes to redeeming your tickets, which is very convenient. And I say this because you'll actually find in some other casinos they make it a little bit harder to find these things, because the whole purpose is they don't really want you to cash out what you've won. They want you to to keep spending it until finally it's gone. But with the Excalibur, they make them in all the convenient locations. I mean, there's some near the entrances, there's some near the escalators. I remember there's some near the the food court as well. So they are pretty there. I mean, they're convenient. There's nothing that that stands out when it comes to not finding them. Also, just like I just mentioned, the food court, they have an outstanding food court there. It's on the second level, so that is a little bit out of the ways. I highly recommend too, whenever you're playing the slot machines, to never do it on an empty stomach. Always make sure that you have plenty of food to eat, so that way you're not in a rush, because that's one of the biggest ways to spend money, is to be in a rush on the slot machine. But on the second floor, when you go up there, it's basically like a mall food court, and they've got good selections. They've got Pizza Hut, they've got McDonald's, they have Popeyes, which is a recent addition. I think it was just last year that it was added. They have a place where they sell like teriyaki chicken, Asian type food. They have Schlotzsky's, if I'm not mistaken either. They have a place where they sell hot dogs and corn dogs as well, which I tried out for the first time. So the whole idea is, because it is a family-oriented casino, as strange as that sounds, they do have a huge assortment of food court items. So it's not like when you go, like, let's say to the Mandalay Bay, and it's all fine dining, cuisine, uppity type stuff, where you have to show up, let's say, and it's not fast food oriented. No, the Excalibur, it's different, and it's quite nice. I mean, they open up early, they stay up obviously very late when it comes to their shops, but otherwise it's been pretty good when it comes to their food court. But yeah, otherwise the slot machines there, I also found them to be some of the most loosest ones. Not necessarily money making ones, but at least when it comes to making your money last longer, that is where the Excalibur stands out. I can make like $100 there last several hours if I wanted to, and that's where it's nice. Obviously, at the end of the day, when it comes to casinos, it's either you're making money or you're losing money, and most likely you're losing money. But at least with the Excalibur, their slot machines, they make you lose your money a little bit longer than others. Like, it's not as quick as some of the others casinos that are there in Vegas. So highly recommended when it comes to that. And also, whenever you're playing their slot machines, please always use the M Life card, because you don't want to waste a single chance of earning those comps that I had mentioned at the beginning of this video. Anything involving their comps, they seem to again have the best program available. They were the first. Once I made my very first visit to Excalibur, and I started using my M Life card that I signed up for right there. Within a few short months, I was already receiving offers from the Excalibur for free nights, free comps, free stuff associated with food, that kind of stuff. So by all means, whenever you go there to the Excalibur, if you happen to stay there, or if you're just browsing around, just casino hopping in other words, please sign up for the M Life card there and use it there exclusively. You will not regret it. You'll start getting those comps. It's not the best when it comes to the luxury of hotels, but it's not the worst either. My basis when it comes to staying in a casino is, as long as there's a room, there's internet, there's television, and there's a place to sleep, that's all that I really care of. But the farthest, much more interest to me is pricing. In most cases, it's free because of the comps that I get from Excalibur. And then the second thing is location, which is badass there. It is the closest thing to everything when it comes to the location. Also, highly recommended when you get there, be sure to ask the front desk, see if they have any upgrades. A lot of times you'll be surprised that they'll provide you some good upgrades. Maybe if you provide also a little tip on the side, maybe a $5, $10 tip here and there, and then that way you can get a nice upgrade with a room view. Me, I don't really care about that stuff anymore, so I just get whatever room is available on my end. But I have seen others, and I did it at the beginning, and it worked. I was able to get a very good upgrade with regards to that. So, all right. One last thing too about the Excalibur. Supposedly, and I've tried this out, but it hasn't worked for me. But maybe it'll work for others out there. It is haunted. Either Tower 1 or Tower 2, which are the only two towers there when it comes to the rooms. One of them is haunted on floor 10. Apparently, the way it works is if you go there, you walk down the hallway, and you're by yourself, then eventually you'll hear like somebody behind you. And when I say behind you, they're like right behind you, like ear to ear type behind you, and they'll whisper in your ear your name. Freaky stuff, huh? I've tried it out. I tried walking down Tower 1 on a 10th floor. Nothing happened. I tried Tower 2 on the 10th floor. Nothing happened. So I guess I wasn't the lucky one, but others that have done it have apparently heard something along those lines. So it's quite freaky. If you are there, check it out, see if you have any luck when it comes to that. But yeah, that's what I've heard, that apparently one of the towers on the 10th floor is haunted. So alright everybody, that's my review for the Excalibur Casino Hotel. Great place, great item to visit. When it comes to pricing, it can't be beat. When it comes to convenience, location, by far one of the best ones there in Vegas. And when it comes to comps, it's one of the best ones too. Slot machines, not really too loose, but again, you can make that stuff last longer. That's what's important. So, all right, everybody. Thanks, and as always, take care. Bye.